Joe Biden's choice for the new commissioner for the FDA has been backed by Democrats, Republicans, and the pharmaceutical industry. So that's good news for people everywhere, that whoever you vote for, you're getting the same thing. And Big Pharma are getting someone to regulate them that they would choose for themselves. Great! Hello there, you 4.7 million awakening souls of wonder and light. Let's march together into the glory lovingly to one another. Let's throw away our individual frustrations, angers and prejudices and become who we're intended to be. Awakening folk, awakening souls here together across the globe. One village of unified people fighting together. Let's see what's going on in the news. Oh, you bastards! So, Joe Biden has chosen a new FDA commissioner. You don't want them to be corruptible, corrupted, or so allied with the people they're regulating that it becomes a problem. Let's have a look. In 2015, then Deputy Commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration, Robert Califf, worked closely with pharmaceutical and medical device lobbyists on an industry-backed bill designed to accelerate the approval process for new drugs. Now, obviously, we're all sort of aware of that at the moment, the way that it's got to pass through FDA approval. And we're all kind of alert to the fact that a lot of funding that the FDA receives, I think it's around 45%, comes from the pharmaceutical industry. And really, this tendency and trend for corporations and organisations to be regulated by favourable and friendly institutions is sort of mental, isn't it? It's a thematic problem that we're talking about the whole time. Califf attended frequent meetings with individuals from Johnson & Johnson and other drug companies, helping to jointly write legislative text that would become part of the 21st Century Cures Act, which relaxes some methodological standards for drug trials. Let's relax those standards. Hey, we're only trialling drugs here. After leaving the government in 2017, Califf went to work as a consultant and compensated board members for several health industry companies. Since 2017, he's worked as an advisor for Google and Alphabet's life sciences research company, Verily. Good to see that big tech are involved. Who else does he work for? Adolf Hitler! He also returned to a job he held before his stint in the Obama administration at Duke University, where he told Time in 2015 that his salary was contractually underwritten by pharmaceutical companies, including Merck. This bloke has spent his whole life working for various pharmaceutical companies, and now his job is to regulate pharmaceutical companies. If you think you guys are going to get an easy ride with old Robert Califf, listen, we won't give you any money. What drugs do you want to introduce this week? That's more like it. Califf has amassed millions of dollars worth of pharmaceutical company stocks. Oh, come on, not this again. You can't own stocks in pharmaceutical companies. Right. Now listen, I don't want any more BS from you pharmaceutical companies. That's why I'm going to regulate you in a way that's going to be very costly and expensive. That'll mean that our profits go down and your stocks will be affected. Wait a minute. Now, Califf may be about to spin through the revolving door once again and take a job as the Commissioner of the FDA, a position he held for nearly a year during the tail end of the Obama administration. Califf's nomination was quickly celebrated by the pharmaceutical industry. Congratulations to Dr. Robert Califf for being nominated as the next Commissioner of the US Food and Drug Administration, lobbying group PHRMA, said in a statement. It's vital that we have a commissioner who understands, this is a threat, this bit. It's vital that we have a commissioner who understands the important role the FDA plays in promoting public health and providing science-based oversight of our nation's medicine supply. But a shame if something happened to those fancy new windows there. Hey, that's some nice glasses you're wearing, Mr. Califf. Oh, well, I use these for regulating pharmaceutical companies. So you wouldn't be able to regulate pharmaceutical companies too good, would you, if we pounded them into your goddamn face? Oh, I suppose that would be a problem, but you won't have any trouble from old Califf. I've been working for you guys my whole life. But senators, including Bernie Sanders, the one person in that building with anything like an ethical standard, that poor old dusty old ghost floating around. Hey, but wait, ain't we supposed to be helping the people of America? Shut up, you old bastard! He's vowed to vote against Califf's confirmation at a time, says Bernie Sanders, when the American people pay the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. And as drug companies continue to be the most powerful special interest in Washington, what a coincidence, we need leadership at the FDA that is finally willing to stand up to the greed and power of the pharmaceutical industry, Sanders said. Shut up! However, Califf may be able to squeak through and find the votes he needs to be confirmed because 4 Republican Help Committee members have already told reporters that they plan to cross the aisle and vote for him. All of this adversity, all of this conflict, all of this, like dedicated channels that love the Republican Party or the Democrat Party, people blindly agreeing with policies and ideas that seem to align them to those parties, they don't care at all about you. They care about money. You're like some sort of pipsqueak cuckold. Oh, she still loves me. Each of these Republicans have entrenched pharmaceutical industry ties themselves. Oh, great. Help Committee ranking member Senator Richard Burr has told reporters he will vote for Califf and praised the former FDA commissioner at his hearing last month. Dr. Califf's unique perspective as a former FDA commissioner, coupled with his understanding of partnerships, it's like they're gangsters. With his understanding of partnerships with the private sector and academia that assist in fueling innovation will be vital if he's confirmed as the next FDA commissioner. Yeah, we don't need anybody forgetting those partnerships, do we? Oh no, I'll be mindful of those partnerships. Of course I will. Yeah, you better, Califf. Burr announced in 2016 that he's retiring at the end of 2022, but he's still received at least $173,000 from pharmaceutical and health products industry PACs since 2017, according to Open Secrets. The industry has given his campaign and leadership PAC more money since 2017 than any other industry, including maximum donations from the PACs of companies including Abbott Labs, Merck, AstraZeneca and Pfizer. These names are familiar from somewhere. Over the course of his entire Senate career, Open Secret says that Burr's campaigns have taken in more than $1.6 million from the pharmaceutical and health products industry, including donations from company PACs and employees in the industry. That total makes Burr the 3rd largest Senate Republican recipient of money from that industry ever. In a way, congratulations. Burr, who has been investigated by the SEC for possible insider trading after dumping stocks following a confidential COVID briefing in February 2020. Right, we're just going to tell you some stuff. This is confidential. Listen, there's going to be a calamitous event that's going to really reduce the value of stocks in certain companies. Wait a minute, I've just got to do something. Sell those fucking stocks! Yeah, no, that's bad. I'll keep that confidential. Has also sought to profit from personal financial holdings in the industry. A 2020 review of his trades by ProPublica found that Burr and his wife sold up to $1.1 million worth of stock in companies that make medical devices, equipment, supplies and pharmaceutical drugs. These are the people that are running the country. Is it any wonder that the world is the way it is? Don't feel bad. Feel optimistic, because you can see where the changes need to be made. It's vivid, it's clear, it's obvious. This is the problem. So don't get all downbeat and like, oh no, there's no point. You can't trust the Republicans. You can't trust the Democrats. The whole thing's a con. The big businesses have got this tied up. The media are corrupt. Don't lose your confidence, because at least we're starting to understand what the problem is. Another Republican Help Committee member that plans to vote for Califf, Senator Tommy Tuberville, who's got a stupid made-up name. I'm old Tommy Tuberville. You can trust me as far as you can throw me. You're pretty heavy, Tommy. That's why I said it. Is also an investor in many of the drug companies whose main trade association has applauded Califf's nomination. That's all we've got to say. In 2021, Tuberville bought and sold stock in Johnson & Johnson, Merck, West Pharmaceuticals and Bristol Myers Squibb. Some of these transactions were only disclosed by the Senator months after they were made, a violation of the Stock Act that requires financial transactions of members of Congress to be disclosed within 45 days. The Stock Act, what a weak, feeble little bit of a regulation. Well, you will tell us, won't you, after 45 days. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Tommy Tuberville answers to one person in his belly, and that's Tommy Tuberville in his own belly. His annual financial disclosure shows holdings in several pharmaceutical and medical device companies at the end of 2020 that he does not appear to have sold since, including Pfizer stock worth up to $150,000. With all the complexity with what's happening at the moment, one thing that I would like to know is that the people that are in positions of power and government do not financially benefit from mandated political decisions. I'd love that to be out of the picture, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you sleep easier at night knowing that, well, at least we know that there's no possible other motivation other than what's best for people? Senator Susan Collins has also told reporters that she's voting for Caliph. Collins has benefited from $541,000 in contributions from the pharmaceutical and health products industry over the course of her career. The senator's husband, former lobbyist Thomas Daffron, has up to $100,000 invested in the stocks of drug companies Johnson & Johnson and Merck, according to Collins' 2020 annual disclosure. And before you start hating on all these Republicans, this is on top of all of the Democrats that voted for him. If you're like, oh God, there must be someone we can turn to. Yeah, poor old windy old dusty ghost Bernie Sanders up in an attic. Bernie, can you help our asshole soul? Watchdog group Public Citizen blasted Caliph's ties to industry. The attitude he has developed over his decades-long history of extensive financial ties. Decades long, extensive financial, not even loose financial ties, they extend extensive financial ties to pharmaceutical and medical device companies, leave him all too willing to promote the interests of regulated industry over those of public health and patient safety. The group said in a blog post, these entrenched attitudes do not befit the position of an FDA commissioner. The sad truth is, they fucking well do. They're the exact attitudes that are required. If you're looking for things to change about the world to improve it, well, look no further than the very bodies that are charged with the administration and regulation. Don't let it weary you. Don't think, oh, people have been saying that for ages. It's idealistic. You're never going to change the world. Of course you are. You just change the most obvious things first, then recognise that there are secondary complications as a direct result of those changes, and then we'll work on those. But we'll do it with a good heart, with good faith, with open communication. Let's blow the dust off old Bernie. We've got to start believing in one another. Bernie, the poor old sausage, he can't do it all on his own. But one thing is crystal clear. Republicans, Democrats, Biden, whoever, when it comes to the crunch, you're getting the same old, same old. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you feel particularly allied to one party? Oh no, the Republicans are better because of, at least because of this pipsqueak detail. Oh, the Democrats are better because of this. If you enjoyed this video, have a look at this one over here. Sign up to my side channel, Awakening with Russell Brand, so that you can focus on your spirituality. God knows you're going to need to. And sign up too to my mailing list so I can stay in direct communication with you, always telling you about the live events I'm doing over the course of the year and the many other exciting things that are happening around this movement that we're creating together. Stay free.